So after finishing the Condor Trail, I was really ready to be back in town, have a little bit of a break, and replace some broken gear. That trip had been planned as the last of the big CDT warm-up hikes, but as always, plans are prone to change. Unfortunately, once I got back, things ended up being basically a mess of complications, bad campground neighbors, and things like that. So plans changed once again. We had planned to use Jen's 3-day weekend over Memorial Day to go out and do a little loop in the Southern Sierra, but considering situations back in town, we decided we'd do 3 days together and then I would continue on and basically spend the week up there. And here we see Blondie getting ready to go to the Sierra, apparently without me because there is no room for me due to things. Can we stick a canoe on the top of it, maybe? So I'm not saying I'm cursed or anything, but despite the weather forecast saying no weather issues, there are lenticulars, which usually mean weather issues. And one of the cool things about my hobby is laying graveyard for storage. And we are winding our way up to 10,000 feet to sleep tonight. So Camp Massatators is a bivvy out at Cottonwood Pass parking area tonight. And I'm all full of energy and happy because it's only 11 o'clock and somebody's manic energy has suddenly run out. Good night, Blondie.
Good night.
No home sweet home for the night here.
Home sweet home.
Now go away. So we're up here at Cottonwood Pass Trailhead. We arrived a little after 11 o'clock. It's up at 10,000 feet, bit of a drive up the mountain, and basically just found a flat patch of sand throughout our bags. And it's a beautiful area. I use it for early season trips sometimes because you can drive right up to 10,000 feet. This is a popular trailhead, though a lot of people like to go out Cottonwood Lakes because there's more lakes closer in, less hiking. So this particular trip is more of a time-based goal than distance. Also, due to the fact the PCT is actually up there. It's up at the pass over up there. I'm going to cross over and go into kind of the lesser visited Southern Sierra. As a result, a good amount of the trails back there, there's no central repository for, is this trail still here? Is it burned over? Is there a bunch of down logs? Is this not here at all? So it's a mixed bag. I did the Theodore Solomon Trail down there, and so I know a few of them are in rough shape. I'm basically just going to try and cross the Sierra east to west to get to a spot where Jen can pick me up easily. I had a couple alternatives that I was kind of looking at, Durwood, other things, but I think I've settled on Cottonwood Pass over to Homer's Nose Trailhead at South Fork. So that should be somewhere around 92 miles-ish, depending how much of that. And so this is Saturday, and I will be here until next Friday is the plan. There is a official walking campground here, but it's usually a bit busy for my taste. Especially arriving late at night, you won't want to be stumbling across people everywhere. The great irony of Taters and I's relationship on trail. She starts getting ready way earlier, I get ready way faster. So we are constantly doing this. I'm just going to head over here. Haven't even set foot on the trail and Taters managed to lose me already. Okay, who's getting over? And we've already been derailed because Jen is running back because she forgot the permit in the car. This is a case of we have very different approaches to doing certain things. I like to have everything modular and stuff stacked, so I know, okay, everything in my ditty bag is a complete set. Jen tends to have stuff scattered all over, leads to stuff like this. So we hike really well together. It's just, the starting out and the backcountry rendezvous, apparently we have a little bit of a disconnect. Fortunately, Taters has young knees, so whenever somebody needs to run back, she can actually run versus I have to just power walk. All good?
All good. Never go into the woods without paperwork.
The cool thing is, thanks to COVID, they now let us print these out instead of having to go into the visitor center and get told we need to carry a bear can and everything that I've heard 57 times before. I one time mentioned when we were doing a Western Sierra permit that I have to get this permit talk a lot, and I wish they would do night drops. And the guy was like, he turned over the sheet and he's like, okay, then tell me what I'm going to tell you. And I got 6 of the 7 points because the one thing I forgot is when you get a permit, they remind you that you need to have a permit. That was the one I forgot. So cardio is not generally an issue for me, but I can really feel that I'm up at almost 11,000 feet here. She's fine. She's 10 years younger. She should be jogging up here.
There's no way I could be keeping up as much conversation as you are up this hill.
Oh, I'm going slow just so I can talk with you. That's why I'm in the back. So some things that people don't always realize is Cottonwood Pass is one of the few things you can actually pick up a cell signal. So I got a bar here. I won't for basically the rest of the trip though. And so welcome to the Pacific Crest Trail. We're up at about 11,000 feet. We're gonna go down the PCT a little ways just to add some extra miles. Eventually we're gonna head down there towards Big Whitney, but we're playing around this time. We only got 92 miles for a week. And it's windy. Turned my phone on because I had reception and I got a whole bunch of wind warnings. It's like, yeah, I guessed that.
You've been positively jubilant all the way up this hill.
Uphill. I like uphill. Rated for horses.
And you like Sierras?
This is easy hiking. Wait till I go over there, then it gets bushwhacked. Macetators back on the PCT. Briefly. So this lake is awful low from when I've been up here. The outlet wasn't even flowing this time. There's a bunch of PCT folks down there. By the time you get up here, you've done 700 miles through the desert. So the idea of having water and alpine lakes to jump into is a nice shift. And finally, views of the high country. So PCT continues up there. I believe that's Williamson and its twin. And you've got like the Kauias, Mineral King. We're going to be down here. This is the Southern Sierra Meadows that fewer people go. That high peak back there is Kern. It is the highest thing in the Southern Sierra. It has an awesome view of all that stuff. And that big one is Olancha, 12,000. It's actually higher than Kern, but it's on the edge, so you're looking down on the desert instead of right up in the Sierra. I've been up both of them a bunch of times. I really like doing Kern because it's easy and I can come off. My plan will be to come off that back ridge, pick up a trail on the other side, and continue out to the west side where you see the clouds there. Trans Sierra. And this isn't even the pretty part. Don't get me wrong, it was pretty on the AT, but come on. So this is called Siberian Outpost. I have a fascination with this area because the name always pops out. And then every time I come through, I'm like, oh wait, I've hiked there. It's not that cool of a thing. I think somebody's feeling the altitude here. And that is what I named my group after. That's the Kauia Range, I believe. And since people get inordinately excited about things like Seki, yes, we are going in and out of Seki here. This is why I had to have a permit. And this is where we leave the PCT. Once again, Macetators, PCT, 2022. We're done. Oh well. Little Miss Blessed Existence just look around and went, where are we gonna go? There's not even a trail down this way.
Yeah, this looks like a wash.
Footprints. So when I grumble about people setting up tents in meadows, the reason is I kind of cut my teeth backpacking up here, and these alpine meadows are really fragile. They grow every year, but if somebody sets up their tent on the grass and leaves it, it'll actually leave a dead spot that will be there for a couple of seasons. And some people don't know any better and they just go, oh, grass, meadow, and they do an Instagram photo. So that's why I grumble. Polar opposite of Florida, where they're like saying, if you can kill this grass, good job. So we slept at 10,000 at Cottonwood, climbed up to 11,400. And we were traversing up at 11.4 for a while. So both of us are feeling a little bit of altitude, considering this is first real trip to what I'd call altitude of the season. Always hits a little harder. Where we live in Orange County is a couple hundred feet above sea level. And I've been up some mountains, but Condor Trail peaked out at 7,300, I think. 3,000 feet up above like 10, 11 really starts to hit harder. Go Blondie, go Blondie, go Blondie. She fell asleep the last time I let her lay down, which isn't a bad sign. No throwing up on our tent. Poor Tater, she is really suffering here. She doesn't usually disappear and just end up sitting down. We are descending, so it'll probably get better. Or she'll die. Get helicoptered out for Haste, that's going to do wonders for our social media empire. our very minor social media empire. I'm now hiking in the back just so if the worst happens, I can capture it all. I was there when taters ate the dirt.
Thanks for waiting for me.
So we do have blazes out here, but they're not really like the AT or other trails where they just paint them everywhere. Here they're mostly older from the old like shepherd days, and they cut them into the trees with axes, so they're up at Horsehide. These side trails don't get near the traffic that the PCT and others do, so it can be hit and miss how defined the trail is. But as you can see with the kind of arid alpine conditions, even just cross-country and down the hill is really easy. And there are so many nice places to camp here. All those times out east where I was struggling to find like a place to set up my tent. And here it's like, oh yeah, there's a cool edge. Good camp there. Awesome views. Watch the sunset. And we finally found flowing water, which is surprisingly sparse considering this is the Sierra and it's early season, but welcome to the Uber drought. So we are going to stop a little bit early so Blondie doesn't just fall over dead of altitude.
Oh, so
Whatchamacallit.
tired. A lot of the places we stay are spectacular. Waterfalls, rushing rivers, dramatic cliffs, ocean views. This one is not that, but it is exceedingly peaceful. And sometimes, like after the last week of school before finals week, when you then have gone up to 11,000 feet, that's what you need. So here's our exceedingly peaceful campsite. With
exceedingly okay. I was feeling good about it, but
with Masochist all snug as a bug, and a view of the big Whitney Meadow. Home sweet home for the night.
So I carry all my usual stuff. I don't make her. So if you're wondering why her pack was actually heavy, because apparently she carried 2 things of wine and a giant thing of cheese, which I'm now expected to carry for the rest of this.